announcement to make. Denai, what we gonna tell the people?
How we hooking up?
We hooking up. Listen.
You guys know that I closed the warehouse for a whole week to take my whole tribe on the trip, but you don't know why I took my whole tribe on the trip. So here's why. We have partnered with WH Farm to drop our first CBD product.
Yay!
And when I tell you that product is so amazing, so pure, and so healing. And for the last 2 years, I wanted to tap into CBD, but I also wanted to tap into a company that was number 1, Black owned, number 2, female owned, and number 3, I know I'm getting pure, 100% authentic ingredients.
WH Farms, when I launched this company, I launched it with a specific mission. I wanted to help people get into this space as business owners and launch product lines. And so we have an empowerment collaboration where we work with women-owned businesses who are interested in taking a pivot into the CBD space. We have the farm, we have the pounds, we have the access, we have the material, and we wanted to ease the entry for women-owned businesses so that you guys didn't have to go through all of the rigmarole or worry about anything. You know, women work well together. We get straight through the fluff and down to the bottom line. So since February, we've been working on a product. We've been developing the dosage. Guys, it is amazing. I'm not gonna give you too many details because I'm gonna let Donata spill all the beans. But we're just excited because for us as a company, we're excited to know that this phenomenal skincare line can add even more blessings to its customers through the power of CBD. We both use CBD. We both take it various ways topically. We like smoking it as well because we understand how it relieves anxiety, how it helps with stress relief. And we want to share that with you guys.
So you guys know my company is all about mind, body, skin, and hair. And although you guys are really big on the skin and hair part, I was thinking about more ways to bring the mind and the body together. Because if your mind is not up to par, if your body is dragging, you cannot fulfill what you need to fulfill on a day-to-day basis and manifest what you need to manifest in your life. So when this opportunity came along, I'm thinking, wow, CBD is going to take the brand to the next level because so many people every day are dealing with anxiety, depression, panic attacks. We live in a very stressful world. You have aches and pains and soreness. You're walking, your knees are hurting, your joints, insomnia, hair can't grow, skin not popping. So CBD was that one last thing that I needed to just throw into the brand and just bring it all together and really show the true picture of mind, body, skin, and hair. And I'm super, super excited. We're going to bring you guys, we're going to record as much as we can because we're taking a 2-hour drive to the farm.
To the country.
Yes, to the country.
To the country.
Yes, to go see the beginning and the end. So although we can't show everything on live today, but we will be putting some footage together so you guys can truly see where our CBD products are coming from.
I want to come stepping.
Don't worry about it. They're not a Skinfood. King Legs. Love the life you live the life you love. Hate me or love me, only God can judge me. My degree of sarcasm depends on your degree of stupidity. I'm not perfect, but I'm a limited edition. Of course. It's a sick world, and I'm a happy guy. Sarcasm, just another free service offer. I love it.
Yes, don't follow me. I'm lost too. That is hilarious.
I love it.
And you can't forget the cannabis.
Yes. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Bye, Felicia.
So this lab, and you guys will, I know Donata is going to make sure you guys know all about this as you expand your CBD line. Everything that we make has to be third-party tested. The government wants to make sure that we ain't making nothing with nothing that ain't federally legal, and in order for us to ship worldwide, we can still ship hemp-derived CBD worldwide in certain parts of the country, world, we have to get the COA. So where we're going is a lab that you'll see a bunch of different products where they basically test. What I love about it, being someone that's an advocate for cannabis, although we promote CBD, we have full spectrum products, so it's CBG, CBN, some low dosages of THC, and then this lab can help you break down terpene content. So like as you are making products, you guys may have customers, like you do a focus group and your customers say, I want to feel X. Well, what makes you feel a certain way isn't the cannabis, it's the terpene in the cannabis plant. So you can begin to like really start making products based on terpene knowledge.
Yeah. That's amazing.
This is our partner for all of our third-party testing. Every time we grow flower as a farm, we have to send it here for testing to make sure it's not hot. As a matter of fact, the state will pop up on our farm randomly and test, and if it's hot, they make us burn it on the spot, which they've done multiple times. Because THC can spike in plants that are growing both indoor and outdoor, so it has to be under 0.3%. When we make a product, when we tell other people how to make a product, we give them Delta 9's information. This phenomenal scientist right here and business owner, he and his partner literally test all of our products and make sure that that is compliant with federal government compliance, and also it gives us insight.
Our state samples. Now in here you can see it's a little bit drier in here than it was out there. We've got a dehumidifier running all the time. This is where we dry our samples. These are state samples, and over there are NC state samples. We're also working with the university for something that they're working on. So we do, as I said, we do a little bit for everybody. And down there in the shelves are more samples. Those are actually samples that, you know, for whatever reason we didn't put on the shelf there. But we hold everything for a given amount of time, usually about 30 days. At the end of 30 days, we dispose. The reason we hold is in case you have any questions. You're like, well, this doesn't quite look right. We're always happy to retest. You never know. Something crazy could have happened, but that's why we hold samples. So if you have any questions, we absolutely would retest.
With the samples, you're testing the THC and the CBD levels on each sample.
Yep.
And then you leave it for 30 days to see if it elevates or increases.
No, we leave it. We leave it in case the customer has any questions.
Gotcha.
So if the customer has a question when we've already disposed of the sample, there's not much we can do other than, you know, have you guys send in some more. But if we still got the sample, always happy to take another look at it. Or there might be another test you want to run. A lot of times somebody will do cannabinoids, and then after cannabinoids they'll say, you know what, we'd like to do heavy metals testing or pesticides or some of these other things. And if we've got the sample, that makes it easy, right?
Yes, yes.
And that's so that's all that's going on in here. And we'll go ahead and lead you out because this is a confined space.
Yeah, they test everything. And the energy is sitting here.
It's more like what you guys are going to see. This is a standard, so it's got all of your cannabinoids in there. And the reason that mass spec is so much fun is that you can see you've got different little lines here showing up. Each of these lines is two different fractions of a CBD molecule.
So we grow and extract full spectrum CBD, which means that even though it predominantly is CBD, it has all of the other cannabinoids. So the beautiful thing is, as you guys are describing to your customers like what it includes, you can also describe to them the benefits of CBG, CBN, because we are a full spectrum brand, so we tend to provide extracts with everything.
At molecular weights, these are the structures of the things that we're looking at.
Wow.
So when I say something has been ionized, what that really means is that it's been hit with enough energy to make this a positively charged ion. When it's a positively charged ion, it'll actually float through a magnetic field. And a mass spec uses magnetic fields to move everything through the path. And then when it breaks, these break into, you can see how they've got rings and all this other stuff. When they break into very known structures. So it'll have a ring on it, it'll have a certain, they call them functional groups, and we'll be, okay, we know what the molecular weight of that is, and that's how we positively identify it. We use two things. It has to come out in the right time, so it's got to go through the column and come out at the right point. It also has to have, both ions have to be in the right proportion. If any of those things don't happen, then we know there's a problem. We go back and we start.
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
That's right. And in fact, there you go.
Thank you. So give me this.
And the other thing is, a mass spec doesn't need much in order to test. 50 milligrams is all we need.
Good.
That's good.
Perfect. The rest is ours. It's so amazing.
You bet.
All right. Thank you so much. You need farm is, I've said this before, it's legacy farmland, right? But what that means is a lot of the freed slaves that occupied this region of North Carolina, the swamps, they were known as swamp people because the indigenous population will help them hide post-slavery and develop settlements along this region of the state. So that's the reason why our farmland was cleared by hand by freed slaves and Tuscarora Indians. They joined together, and so that's how we learned the cultivation of hemp. This area was actually the name Tuscaroran, which is the Indian reservation that was predominantly here before English settlers, means hemp gatherer. This used to be the hemp capital of one of the hemp capitals of the world before English settlement, so before the 16 and 1700s. So what that also means is, like legacy farmland, why is that important? Because as you can see, it ain't no jobs out here, right? Like we're in an economically depressed area. The average household income in this area is under $25,000. And that's for a 3 to 4 person home. And there's a lot of minorities who are on the bottom end of the barrel because most of the large land share is owned by non-minorities. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so as a result of that, when a black family can keep their farmland for over 100 years and still maintain and be able to take care of their family, that's the reason why we wanted to come back and make sure that as a farm, we chose farmland that we were intentionally improving. He has really appreciated the crude and the ability to work with that extract, so here's the genius behind it.
Yes,
he and his dad.
That is amazing.
How's everybody doing?
All right. Hey, how are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Awesome.
We've we leased 40 plus acres here, and it's a collective effort totally. We got probably 7 or 8 different families and business entities involved in farming here. We got a few people that show up on Mondays, a couple more show up on Tuesdays. I mean, everybody truly comes together and manages this project. This is our first time embarking on a project and a grow this large, but it's us kind of trying to step out of the box as a co-op. But I will not be the mouthpiece of the co-op. I'll introduce you to the mouthpiece when we get back to something.
I was telling them about the Tuscarora Indians and how our enslaved Africans in this region really represent a huge part of this hemp culture. And he is such a phenomenal historian to share some of that information.
That's the people.
That's
the Golden Indians.
Hey guys, I'm camera
Yes,
guy.
indeed. We're trying to restore. We're trying to restore the First Nation camp. In fact, my family farm was the home of the village where Chief Tom Blunt was born.
Wow.
And he said everything about the history of native people. So we're really excited about that. In fact, the 7 and 8, the 6, 7 and 8, we're gonna have a recognition day. So we're trying to reestablish the Dakota Nation, First Nation people. They were known as Turtle Indians.
Yeah.
And so my grandmother was a descendant of that tribe. The last day they were destroyed in 1666.
That's right, English settlement.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
That's right.
And our farm in backwoods is where the Tuscarora Nation last tribe was.
Look at that.
Yep. And so we're trying to reinstate that tribe again.
That's
So
awesome.
we're excited about it. Yep.
Thank you for sharing that history.
Yeah.
So they're actually using our
Yep.
cannabis that you process, that your processing facility does in their skincare line. And Donata, the CEO of the company, this is her team.
Awesome.
Donata is absolutely amazing at sharing with her customers the
Yes.
authenticity of where their products come from.
Yes.
So they wanted to bring their team to see the ground that it's grown in so that they can really appreciate how she's taken the time to find products that are cared for to provide them in their skincare products. And ain't nothing better than Eastern North Carolina hemp. I mean, nothing.
Absolutely
Nothing.
not. I'm excited and ecstatic about this juice. Hey, look, it's gonna be up to you guys.
That's awesome.
All we're doing is trying to set some footprints early on. Y'all gonna have to take it
Yeah, make it work.
to the limit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
so much. We appreciate
They're
your work.
trying to stop them.
Here for the first time as a cluster approach. Several different members of our co-op have little plots. We went out and leased the 40 acres in here. We aren't using maybe about a third of it or less. But we have 5 different farmers with their little plots, you know, an acre here, 2 acres there, whatever the case might be. And I think we have like 4 different strands out there.
Silver Haze, a
Silver
CBG,
Haze, Merlot, CBG, W, White,
and a Bayox.
Bayox. Yeah,
Tried and true.
that's what's out there on these grounds.
I can tell you about my farmers. They probably like, wait a minute.
Matthews, I'm currently a chemist, chemist by day, working research and development group for a respiratory therapy inhalation team. By day, in the evenings and weekends, I'm the president of Hemp Gen LLC, family-based hemp business. We seed to sale. Not only do we farm, but we also process our own materials. We also formulate our own retail products. And we're kind of in the process right now of building our own retail brand.
Going through your mind right now?
What's going through my mind right now is just having my whole team here to experience this with me. Not just me and a few people, just having my whole team here walking through this land. And I'm not sure what's going through their minds, but for them to see the beginning is exciting for me.
Mall is owned by your dad, right? Strip mall is owned by Mr. Matthews, and so this is where they actually process. So the flower that we grow, we actually deliver it to them, again, within the cooperative, collaborative economic development. We don't have to go and send our product anywhere else. We work right in our cooperative, and they process it and turn it into the extract that you can put in your topical products. We actually have a client of ours here from Florida, and they actually have been using the crude that you guys process inside of a skincare product that is just revolutionizing things. And they are a great company to be partnered with, and so they wanted to see the machinery. They wanted to just kind of understand the science behind turning it. I'll let you kind of take lead on that, turning it from flour to crude, but thank you so much.
And the crude.
And talk about your brief experience about today from the farm and then coming over here.
It was nice to see the journey from where it's planted to where we get the finished product so that we can add to our products. So seeing every step of the way was really important.